Hello, hello, hello. Today is May 22nd, and I read Proverbs today in the ASV version. And I discovered something a little unique today about reading that version. I was focused so much on the manner in which it was written in, it sounded like Old English, thee, thou, they, that I learned that was not really the focus on that. It was what either came before or after those, the, thou, this um, sort of language. So it just, I think by me focusing on that, it was a distraction from what really the word was saying to me. So, yeah, and I think that's really how the enemy works, distraction, right? To take you off of the truth instead of what the whole purpose of the reading of the word is about. So I had to ask the Lord to forgive me for that because that was not necessary. It wasn't necessary. I listened to a video today that Dr. B, we like to call him Byron Nelson, Dr. Byron Nelson, shared. And I'm trying to think which one because it was so rich, so many stories, so many videos that he shared. But before I do that, that's pretty much how my day ended. My day started with communion. And communion is that time in the morning that I get to spend in worship. I get to spend in remembrance. I get to spend in reflecting on just who God is and just how wonderful He is. So that's really how the day started. And the day continued with the things of doing that, come with the course of most days. I did. Looks like I have a deal under contract. Yay. And it looks like I have a listing coming back on the market that I had on the market before that had to have some work done. And I don't know if I shared this with you, but there's an asset manager that reached out to me. So it looks like I'm getting back in the REO business. So for those who don't know, about 15, 16 years ago, I was doing REOs in my community and became known as the REO Queen. And so now I'm the Legacy Queen. And in that regard, they would call me that because I was the go-to person for pretty much any REO coming on the market. People would reach out to me. And so I became known for that. And then all of a sudden, all of that stopped once I left the firm I was with. But the good news is God's a restorer. He's a redeemer of the things that were lost. But I think He doesn't restore it until you learn a lesson, until I learned a lesson at least. And knowing that my focus was so much on the work and the doing that I forgot all about being and appreciating what I have. And so let me make sure my volume's up. Yeah, turn my volume up a little bit because I know I'm talking low. Everybody's in the bed except me, so I'll be next. But yeah, it just showed me about really appreciating what I have. And I think that gets missed sometimes in the pursuit of success, the pursuit of business, the pursuit of making a living, and excelling at it and using your craft and doing it well. So I'm grateful at another opportunity to get it right, another opportunity to get it right. And so tonight, one of the videos that I wanted to share in discussion, and maybe I'll do a short on it, is there was a video about the Lamb of God and the analogy of Jesus as the Lamb of God, which He is, and just showing that parallel between what the Israelites did with the lamb and what happened to Jesus before He was crucified. And so for those 6 days, everything paralleled with the lamb, Jesus the Lamb, Jesus the Lamb. There were so many parallels. It was just amazing to actually see that written out in the written form. So that's the video that I'd like to share with you. I'll see if I can still do that from my phone. But yeah, it was just that's still kind of blowing my mind in a way. It was incredible. There was something else I was going to share, but now I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. But today was a good day. Pretty much every day is a good day. So I'm grateful, 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 grateful. There was something else I wanted to share, and now I cannot remember. Cannot remember. Oh, this is what I wanted to share. Another video that Dr. B shared was, well, maybe this wasn't his. This was one I looked at after. Has to do with writing. That when you write, you, for lack of better terms, you ignite a lot more. I'm trying to think of the right word. But the point I wanted to make is about writing in memory. When you write things down, of course, it's easier to retain it, but I did not realize trying to find the right word, the benefits of mobility and motion when it comes to mind. And so when you are manipulating more than one, so let me give you an analogy. When you're texting, you're just using your thumbs. So that's not using much of your mind, right? When you're typing, you're using more of your fingers, so there's a lot more movement, so your mind's more stimulated. When you write, your mind's even more stimulated because it's your words. And another point that I thought of today is when you write in cursive, you're actually using more, I'll just say manipulation of or igniting the mind, because we only use a small percentage of our minds. And I believe the reason they took cursive out of school is because they really don't want our children to learn. I think the institution of school is just that, an institution. And so when my grandson says, I don't want to go to school, I'm not learning anything anyway, I kind of have to agree. I don't want to because he's young, he needs to go to school, but really, he's not really learning anything. And so I'm doing my part to instill education, wisdom, knowledge, all of that by example and by application. And so I just thought of this today about the writing, though I did see a video about writing, and I can't remember what it is, that it activates more of the mental snappies. I can't remember what it's called, but it moves the brain a lot more. So that part really fascinated me about writing and how your mind is connected to movement. Wow. So I think that's my share for tonight. So if you like a little bit of reflection that I've been sharing with you, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. And if I find that video, I'll go ahead and do a short on it because it's amazing. It's amazing. It's really amazing. Okay, so good night. Peace and blessings.